Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your astrological overview for week commencing the 11th of July. This week is going to see some big changes, but it starts off with a collection of energy still focused on the sign of Cancer, which of course is about feeling, but it's also about power and leadership due to the cardinal quality of this sign. And on Tuesday, the Sun forges a tight right angle with the moon in Libra. This quarter moon provides a backdrop for the rest of the week. It's essentially saying that we may find ourselves in a situation where a relationship could be affected by someone being particularly sensitive or lacking in sensitivity, or we may find ourselves having to adjudicate between two people who are not getting on quite so well. But then again, on the same day, Venus, the planet of relating, moves into the glorious Leo. Now here, Venus is going to have some real star quality. And as she struts her stuff for the next 28 days, things can certainly become a lot more upbeat, vibrant, and even a lot more outgoing. Now Venus is going to be joined by Mercury on Thursday, and the two are going to be collaborating in the second half of this week. So if you are someone who enjoys drama, the theatre, performance, dance, going to concerts, then this can be your time to really start to tune into all those vibes in a much more positive way. However, there is some energies running over from last week. The first is entirely positive in that Jupiter continues to forge a very evolutionary but helpful link to Pluto. This suggests that if there is something tangible that you're working on and you keep pouring in the energy and the dedication and showing the commitment and perspiration, then there is a very great chance that something can evolve in a very helpful way. But also, Uranus and Mars are at an obtuse angle, one which suggests that impulsiveness around balancing our individual needs with how we commit to other people is not necessarily going to be a helpful thing. So we need to slow things down a little bit. Ironically, the Sun's going to be dissecting these two planets this week, in one sense positively, and the other less so. From Wednesday, the Sun is going to be clashing with Uranus. This suggests that the more feeling, nurturing side of the Cancer Sun is not necessarily going to work well with the other cardinal energy of Uranus in Aries. There could be a power battle, something to do with being a little bit defensive, especially if somebody wants to force an issue through, and there could be a tendency to sort of react quite quickly. But if you're very clear on what you're trying to build up in your situation, the angle forged between the Sun and Mars in the second half of this week is absolutely awesome. It's one of the most motivating, energizing angles that there can possibly be. And if you have got a clear plan, a strategy about how you're going to see it through, and the commitment to it, there's nothing that's really going to stop you powering towards a key target. There just is one other issue that's on running, and that is the square between Neptune and Saturn. This is started in the middle of May, and it's going to be going on until the middle of October. Saturn's about structures. In Sagittarius, it's very much to do with knowledge, but as we've seen recently, it can also be to do with international affairs. Saturn is very much to do with enforcing order, whereas Neptune can be about distortion, lack of reality. And there can be some situations in our lives where previously in place structures can seem to just get dissolved somewhat, to start being chipped away, ebbed away for something new to evolve. But in the interim, it can feel like there's nothing really holding us up. So quite a dislocating process because of all the mutable energy that comes from Saturn square with Neptune. But what is very positive this week is if that you're a creative or self-expressive person and you really want to demonstrate your talents or your personality, the arrival of Venus and Mercury in Leo can certainly help you to do this. But the key is delivering on the detail, which continues to be the role of the emotional but foundational influences of the Sun in Cancer. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.